Welcome to Bike Week America. I'm your host today. My name is Dan Nolan. They call me Mr. Hippie. And I am graciously joined by Gabrielle Saransky. She was my, we had you as a roving reporter back in the day.
Yes,
and
yeah.
We have moved her up to Bike Week America news desk, and we're glad to have you with us.
It's a great promotion, Dan.
Oh, thank you. I know. Being a roving reporter is not a bad job, but it is fun to get into the studio and kind of just have some fun with the TV cameras and expressing how we feel about bikes in general and our riding community. And that's what Bike Week America is really about, is the way that bikers are portrayed in the media. You may not see them as quite in the positive light that we see them in, and this is our way of saying, well, you got to see the other side. So I've been doing medical support for motorcyclists and basically group rides, buddy rides. There's a group out there called Ursula's Local Riding Group. Ursula, Spider, get well. I heard you had a good day today. Good for you. But we go out in groups. But when things happen, people should know what to do, and that's what we're all about. Is to show the community that it's not just stoppies and wheelies and acting all New Yorkish, if I can put it that way. Can I say New York? Can we?
Yeah, you can. Okay. It's everywhere.
Don't start the phone calls now, but you can call us at 738-1060, 312 in Chicago. If you're out in the surrounding area, 312-738-1060. We'll be glad to take your calls. If I can get the phone lines to light up, I can probably talk about Obamacare and watch the lines light up, but we're going to save that for a different show.
You don't want that first, so call in.
But this is about everyday people who are taking another step to either pay it forward or to do something better with our two-wheeled vessels. I have a couple of motorcycles. The one that I currently have, I affectionately call Fiona. If you remember Burn Notice, Crazy Hot Bitches.
Or Shaq.
Yeah, exactly.
That too?
I just love Fiona. But it's something that I can do that gives me an opportunity to do a little bit more than just ride a motorcycle. I love having my hair in the air and my knees in the breeze. But you can take it higher. I know. Do you remember how long this was?
It was.
Donated my 10 inches to Lacks of Love over the summer. I got
You're
to
such
about.
a good guy.
It was a bucket list thing that just happened, and it took me 3 years, and I'm still going like this, going, where'd it go? I think you would probably do that too, because you're just about there too.
Yeah. You can grow it back and do it all over again.
It's starting.
There you go.
So you had a good summer this summer. I've been watching we have been staying in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Good to have you back. What if you were going to say one thing that just kicked total everything this summer, what would it be?
The best thing that we did this summer is we did finally our Fall Colors ride up the Great River Road.
Who did you go with?
I went with the Llama Group, Latin American Motorcycle Association.
Excellent. Llamas rock.
Yeah, Llamas do rock. We went 650 miles over 38 hours through 4 states.
I can't.
It was incredible.
Now, Fiona only has a 2-gallon tank. This is not something I can do on a 2-gallon tank. I pull over every 100 miles. You
just have to stop a little more.
Yeah, a lot more. A lot. I've actually ended up pushing her a few times this year. Don't start calling me no gas. The reserve tank on this thing I got to fix. That's all I got on that one. But you and Eric, Eric was your husband. He did some pretty amazing. What he did some. He got a patch this summer.
Yes,
didn't he?
So he did 10,000 miles this summer. From April to our last Fall Colors ride, he did his 10,000 miles.
Excellent. I think I did an easy 5,000, easy, just doing medical support on different runs and just going out, and I'm kind of glad that I had a chance to. It was just a bike. I just went out and got it. Peter, thank you for taking care of me for Fiona. Didn't want to put too many miles on my other bike, which has a sidecar on it that I put my dogs in, which is so cool to drive with the dogs.
Do they wear little goggles?
I can't get my dogs to wear goggles. They like to either go around the windshield and just, let the wind blow, or they get into the nose. When it gets too hot, they go into the nose, and that's where I have some water dishes that they drink out of. And
That's a dog's life.
I know, right? It's like they sit up on the seat, they go out, and it's just it's a 360-degree open window. No dog can pass that one up. Every dog I've ever had rides.
That's got to be
But they
the
don't
best
do
smells
goggles.
anywhere.
Yeah. I love taking the dogs out. So, do you have anything big coming up that you would like to speak? Are the llamas doing anything
Yeah,
big?
so,
What are
you
they
know,
doing?
Llama actually has a Halloween party this
Oh, really?
Saturday that is a lot of fun at Llama headquarters, 3519 West Fullerton. And
that
also
fun?
join us every Tuesday night
Okay.
for wing night, dollar drinks, and
They should
some
be
good
watching.
wings.
They should be watching.
I know. I'm going to tell them next week.
Oh, we're gonna have to put them up on the big screen.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a couple of locations that are broadcasting our show live in their establishments. Just to name one, Joe's Bar down in Joliet. Rodney's been taking good care of us and putting us up down there, and we'll have more about those guys later.
Oh, good.
They've
Hi,
been doing
Rodney.
some great. Thank you. They've been doing some great work promoting Bike Week America, and we really appreciate the support that we get in the community. It's kind of fun. Get out there and just have some fun.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
So, you know what? I got some news to catch up on, and I think I've kind of like taken way too much time, but I want to get to the news.
All right.
Some of the things that we've done this summer in the last couple of weeks, I was with the Illinois Road Docs, and I want to thank them for giving me this platform. Larry Gray and Steve Mosaic, there on the right, they showed up at the 2000 and supported 2,000 walkers for the 10th annual American Cancer Society's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk in Hoffman Estates over by Cabela's. I was told by the Cancer Society that they collected over $15,000, and they're still counting, and we're hoping to find a cure for cancer. And every little bit of this actually counts. This is something that we do support. Every time we go out, we're helping a charity raise money, whether it's a nonprofit organization or even if it's just a fallen rider to support their family. We're out there trying to make it happen. They did a real good job.
So the other piece of news, we had members riding for the fall meat raffle at the West Dundee VFW Hall.
That I can tell you, I know that those guys rock.
They helped raise $1,000 for the veterans in the area, which is just absolutely awesome. The MC of the event was Dan Pearson, and he's also a CPR instructor.
Yeah.
So we may hear from them as more time goes by. Also, Holly was the grand prize winner of 30 pounds of aged prime rib. Holly, if you need any help eating that meat, call me.
I'm looking at it. It's a huge chunk of beef. It was just unbelievable that for $5 somebody won a huge amount of beef. I can feel the arteries closing in already.
That just sounds delicious.
Doesn't it? I also got a chance to meet up with somebody who I've already heard of. His name is Mike Jones. He used to do a lot of events with Easy Rider, participated in a lot of the old-time events, and got a chance to do some background and history. He was cutting through Illinois. I met him out in Hoffman Estates while he was zipping through the Midwest, and had a great eye-opening dinner experience with him, and got caught up on his project. He's got a movie coming out called Live to Ride, The Legend, The Story. And Mike is known for such songs as She Rides. Just something that if you want to look up on YouTube, it's about bikers. It's just one of those songs that it's got to be in your blood to actually really feel it, but it connects like that. It is really cool. He played She Rides at the Motorcycle Hall of Fame induction for Mary Cutright, who was the first lady rider who formed a group called the Motor Maids. Back in the 40s, she's one of those pioneers that nobody ever talks about.
But they do mention her at the Hurley Museum.
Yes.
I did see that display.
She, unbelievable lady. As I go through the research after Mike got me inspired to go look into this, I found that there was thousands of lady riders making their mark in history, and nobody ever really reported on it. Riders of color, Native Americans, and women were just really not included in a lot of the history. And Mike is going to be bringing some of that and capturing it for his next movie, something that I really am looking forward to. But meeting with Mike, I got to tell you, I can't wait for his movie to come out. He is just just an amazing man who's going to make things happen. And you have a chance to be in the movie. And I'm going to put some things on our website. If you go to facebook.com/BikeWeekAmerica, I'm going to put up some information on how you can be added to his movie too.
Maybe us too.
I'm thinking. Mike, you rock.
So, Dan, this is one of my favorite stories of the week. The Vatican announced this week that Pope Francis is auctioning off his 110th anniversary Harley Davidson.
Isn't that cool? The Pope has a Harley.
I love the Pope.
You've heard it here first.
And better yet, he's going to donate the proceeds to a hostel and soup kitchen near Rome's Termini station. So here's how this whole thing came about. So he was given the Harley in June at a biker rally in St. Peter's Square, if you can believe it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, 35,000 bikers there in Rome.
That's a small town. That's a medium-sized town on two wheels.
Bigger than the town I grew up in.
Right?
So we don't know yet when or where the auction's going to take place, but we will definitely get back to you if anybody wants to bid.
I would be interested in following that up. So I will absolutely, as the auction goes on, I'll announce it, and we'll see what we can do about getting you involved with the auction too.
If you want to send me there to report live, I'll be more than happy to go.
Okay, this is where we're going to need some donations. You can call 312-738-1060 with your Visa or MasterCard, and we'll just make it out to, Gabby Goes to Rome. Or, we'll do something like that. But yeah, if it shows up on your charge, it's a write-off. We'll find a way to help you that way. But yeah, the Pope, and this is a picture of the jacket that they gave him when he got the Harley, and I can't see the Pope wearing it, but I would like to get an image of the Pope wearing leather. It's just a fun story.
He's a great guy.
And the big ride of the week this week was Sunday. Sunday was one of the biggest rides that exists out there in history. It's called the 30th Annual Love Ride. I got some help from one of the organizers, Anna White from White Star Communications. She got back to me and told me that they had about 4,000 bikes as they were counting it. It's not official yet, but they had Oliver, who owns the Glendale Harley Davidson. It's his annual 30th party. She told me that the after party was even bigger, maybe about 4,000 at the after party. People who go to these functions are people that you would know. One person in general, and he mentioned this on his show, is Jay Leno. Friday night before the ride, Jay actually mentioned that he was going to be at the Love Ride. So he was riding up front. He was up front with Peter Fonda, and he was also out there with Willie G. G. Davidson.
What a good group.
So yeah, the front of the pack was busy, but as you can see in this picture here, this was all the way down the street. One of the biggest rides that you'll ever see. Katie Seagal from Sons of Anarchy. I know we're warming up to Sons. I know at 9 o'clock Chicago time you guys are going to flip over to FX. But Katie has a band that she was playing with. They opened with Jackson Browne, and David Grohl was there. They raised $400,000 for the USO.
That is incredible.
In one day, $400,000. But I do want to thank everybody over at Glendale Harley Davidson, Oliver. You guys rocked it, and I hope that we have a bigger turnout for some of the rides that we had this year. Not really all the big rides had a real good turnout this year, weather-related, stuff like that. There's a lot of rain
this year.
It was a little disappointing on the ride count, but we want people to get back into the rides and have a little bit of fun getting out there and having some brotherhood and sisterhood together.
Yes.
Get out. If you ride two wheels, find a group, that you want to get involved with, and go check them out. We do like the llamas on Tuesday
like
nights.
llamas.
You know, just come on by.
Exactly. Go to llamachicago.com, stop by 3519 West Fullerton, see what we're all about.
Where's my bing, 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 bing? Oh, no, bing, bing, bing.
No bing?
No bing. You got it. But I do have one upcoming event. I'm running short on time already. The 5th annual Turkey Bowl. I got to tell you, Mike Cozy is one of my favorite organizers of all time. He's got this thing. I went to it last year. It's called the Turkey Bowl. Frozen turkeys rolled at bowling pins. It's the 5th annual. Mike, unbelievable. This is all going towards veterans. The Illinois Veterans Foundation supports the veterans who have come back, who really need our support. Not only just PTSD, but just day-to-day life is something that they really have struggles with. Mm-hmm. And the first person I take my hat off to is a veteran. So if you get a chance, if you get a chance to go out to the Turkey Bowl, I need you to go out to the Turkey Bowl. Again, that's coming up. I think that one was coming up in November, November 9th. Something that you can have some fun at. Wildfire is the sponsor of that one out on North Avenue, one of my favorite stops. Hopefully we can get some more information as we come up. But the Turkey Bowl is just another way that we can say thank you back to our veterans who support us in ways that we'll never know. The veterans who come into the things that they have to do and then come back to. Those transitions are one of the most difficult things that I can put my hands around. It just is one of those things that you just need to support. I don't ask questions. I give them all the support that I can. Do we have a caller?
We do have a caller.
Oh.
It's Martin.
Martin? Is Martin on my phone?
Martin's on your phone.
Martin's on my phone.
Martin's
Ladies and gentlemen, Lori Martin. Yay! Hey, Martin, how you doing?
I'm doing better, thank you. Thank
you. Yeah, I heard you were under the weather and you called in sick on me again, huh?
Twice in 4 years, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, you cracked me up and you give me a hell of a support background. People don't know how much support that you give when it comes to putting these shows together. I do, and I thank you very much.
It's very kind, but I think you're the one who pulls it all together. I just kind of keep you on one track every once in a while.
No. I just
no.
I need somebody to corral me. Is what it is, and you do a great job doing it.
Let's give the correct information for the Turkey Bowl.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
November 9th, Wildfire Harley-Davidson.
Okay.
You got to bring non-perishable foods. Wildfire is located in downtown Villa Park, Illinois, on North Avenue.
Yeah, I knew it was North
Windy
Avenue.
City Group.
Yay.
Where there's 4 other dealerships, but only Wildfire is taking non-perishable foods. All this goes to the veterans, and if you bring a non-perishable food item out to Wildfire Harley, per James Wallish, you automatically get entry for the Turkey Bowl. Nothing like throwing a frozen turkey down a bowling lane.
I know, right? and it's not like
anybody at the Wildfire Group down on North Avenue in Villa Park, and they'll be happy to tell you about it.
Now, this is a group of like 5 Harley-Davidsons, right?
Well, Windy City is 5 different Harley-Davidsons. You've got Wildfire, Fox River. Oh, you're going to put me on the spot here. Illinois, Chicago. Who am I forgetting here?
All of them.
All of them? No, I'm not.
Yeah,
City Limits in Palatine. I'm good. I'm good. That's all 5 of them.
Well, I think it cracks me up that they're throwing turkeys at pins. It just cracks me up.
It's a blast. I know that Dawn Miller, a little shout-out to my high school buddy who's on the board with Wildfire Hog, said she had a blast at it.
It is fun.
And there's nothing better, I guess, than throwing, like, frozen turkeys. It'll ease your case of cabin fever that's going to come up.
You know, if you give it enough arc, you can make a turkey fly.
I don't even want to know that.
Okay, I shouldn't have done that to you.
Hey, Gabby, by the way, we've also got Sunday as a ladies-only garage party at Wildfire.
Ooh, I like that.
That's for the girls only. Come on out to Wildfire Harley in Villa Park.
Now there's
shout out from James.
Now, there's less than a month away to collect the non-perishable foods that we're collecting to help our veterans and their families. I know that some of the places that you can drop off food are Gnarly J's. Way to go, Gnarly J's down in Downers Grove. You guys,
she always steps up to the plate. Her and Nikki,
Jennifer and Nick, you guys are killing it.
Yeah.
You have my full support. I hope Gnarly J's is just like gangbusters all the way through the year. We also know that Joe's Bar in Joliet. Joe's another proud person who loves to sponsor us, and the Old Town Pub down in Crestwood. They're all they have drop boxes where you can just go ahead and drop off.
Right,
And they'll
that's
give you a
for the
tip.
Mike Cozy part. But if you want to be part of the Turkey Bowl, you got to go to Wildfire.
Yep, go to Wildfire. Now,
But everybody who donates anything to these veterans, I think that he had like 600 different baskets that were delivered to 600 families. I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but it's pretty darn close last year.
yeah, he was like 600, 650, something like that last
Yeah, it
year.
was a
He
large
real
number of
big.
families that had a beautiful Thanksgiving because of Mike Cozy and his organization.
Does that rock or what?
Always does. Shrek's a good man.
So,
Second time Shrek has come up tonight.
So yeah, right? So I saw snow in the forecast, and I asked you to prepare something for me that has something to do topically with the weather.
Oh,
What do you
sure.
got? What do you got for me?
I got it's cold, and I think you should take it to one of your Harley dealerships because I don't actually own my own bike. I talked to my husband about it. You want to check your fuel system. Make sure that everything. Get a fuel stabilizer. You know, you can buy it in the marinas. You can buy it in your motorcycle stores. Check your tires. Tires are affected by your heat. You should be checking your tires year-round anyway, especially in
Right.
Chicago weather. Check your battery. In the winter with the cold, freezing weathers, with it being in a garage, get a tender. It's a very cheap way to keep your battery from dying on you. Make sure your lubrication's ready. What else did he say? General. Or you could just take it to one of the Windy City group.
It would be easier if you just took it over and just let them take care of you.
Yeah, I haven't really gone, and unfortunately didn't finish my homework on you, Dan. I'm sorry. But I was talking to James, like I said earlier, and they've got some great deals going on. And if you go on their website, on any of the Harley dealerships in those 5 that we mentioned earlier, they'll be happy to help you out. In fact, anywhere across the country, call your local Harley dealership or your local Honda dealership or Suzuki or whatever you ride, because who's going to know better than the mechanic?
Some of the nicer bikes like the Triumphs and the BMWs and the
those
Harleys,
Victories.
I mean, I do not have the skill set that will help me maintain them through the winter. Now, I do know to keep my tires off the concrete, and I kind of, get some, something underneath them and everything. I do the forks and I do the oil, and my Yamaha, they're known for having jet problems, and
Right.
I take good care of the carbs and stuff. But when it comes to full winterization, these guys do it. It's just done. You roll it in. It doesn't cost you an arm and a.
You're
It
not
costs
pulling
you
your hair
less
out,
than
calling
doing it
for somebody
yourself.
on Facebook to come and save you because you got your forks disassembled in your garage, and it's now May.
Right? Right? Exactly. So, well, good, Martin. Thanks for that help. I really appreciate
No
you.
problem. I'll be sitting next to you next week. So
see this hand? That's Martin. Okay, there
I
you go.
can't see you because you have
I
my
know.
tips for winterizing up now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a hand. That's right. Smacking me again. I smack you right back, my friend. You're doing a
That's-
great job.
Well, thank you, Martin. Tell Steve 180.
Can't
I
be
said
no
hi.
gas because you've admitted to it
I
tonight,
did
and I
it.
have it on
I
tape.
did it. Debbie, my wife, the saint that she is, did have to bail me out once because I was too far to push it. But I did push Fiona. It was 3.8 miles to down 72 one day, and I will never do that again. I will
You do
never
know that
do
this
that
is being
again.
taped, right? And
I
that
know,
we're going
I
to use
know.
this forever
Yeah,
against you.
if I'm going to get tagged with a with a ride name, I'd rather have it Freebird than No Gas. So just in case you guys, I was
Already
free
taken.
birding.
It's no gas.
I was free birding.
I'm sure that after Bob hears this, he will happily pass this on to you.
Yeah, he's finally off the hook. Okay, very good, Martin.
Good night,
You have a
everybody.
good
I'll
night.
see you next week.
Yes, you will. We'll ride in together. Thanks
Bye.
again.
Thanks again, Gab.
So one last thing before we go, I want to thank everybody who helped me put this together. One of the best things that I can share with us tonight is take a accident scene management class. Cabela's offers a accident scene basic class the first Saturday of every month. It's something that you'll learn how to take care of someone else when an emergency comes up, whether it's a car accident, a fallen rider, a traffic accident, or maybe even your kid falls. You know how often a kid will suffer a fall or, become injured playing on the playground or playing in the trees? I can testify. I know my mom hated that weeping willow tree because of that. But if you're able to get out on the first Saturday of any month, come on out to Cabela's, proud sponsor who does take care of us and gives us a free room so that we can teach the riders how to ride safer. My name's Dan Nolan. I thank you for tuning in to Bike Week America. I'm glad you tuned in with us. We got Chicagoland Toys for Tots coming up and Chicago Abate. And then after that, Sons of Anarchy. We'll see you next week.